Brawlers, baby.
We don't need to go, and here we are. What's up, boxing fans? It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media in the building. This is the Brawler Sports Boxing Show, and today on the Brawler Sports Boxing Show, we have one of Brawler's own fighters under the Brawler Sports Management Group, LLC. My man out of Long Island, New York, Michael Stoute. He's 3-2 with 0 knockouts. He's fighting coming up February 5th in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena versus Edgar Joe Cortez, who is 6-1 with 0 knockouts. So, Mike, welcome to the show. Let the fans know a little bit about yourself and what you've been doing to prepare for this upcoming fight, and how have you been getting along with your training since COVID?
It's been a little rough, as you guys know. With COVID, everything has been shut down. But fortunate for me, LA Fitness was still open, so I was able to go out there, swim. I was working one-on-one with my coach, a lot of pad work, and then as things started to open up, we were able to utilize more of the other facilities too. So, I've always stayed in shape, always loved running, doing my sprints, rope, So I've been good, yeah, excellent, yeah.
And see, the fans, for you guys who don't know, this guy here is so vigorous with his workouts, man. He be rolling and flipping over big tractor trailer truck tires, and doing wind sprints up and down the block. He really has a very vigorous workout, and this guy should never, Mike, you should never be tired in a fight. You should be able to do 15 rounds, bro. After I see all of your work on Instagram that you post and share with me to let me know that you diligently taking your fight seriously enough to properly prepare, no matter if they're 4 rounds, 6 rounds, 8, doesn't matter.
I will say a lot of my confidence comes from the fitness training and exercising, because once you put in the work and you feel good, you feel strong, then it's all about just sharpening up.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at things.
You're only going to get out of it what you put in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you BS and you don't put into your workout what you're looking for in the fight, you're not going to get nothing out of that fight but an L.
Yeah, true.
So that being said, last time you fought was March 7th. We fought March 7th at the 2300 Arena again, which is where you're headed back to of 2020, a week before the country shut down to the pandemic. Yeah. Edgar Joe Cortez, your upcoming opponent, he hasn't fought since May 19th of 2019. So there's a big layoff difference there for him opposed to yourself. So I personally don't foresee us having any trouble. And with the training routine that you have and what your trainer's been putting you through and the things you guys have been working on, I'm sure we're going to be just fine come February 5th.
Yes.
Is there any concerns that you have with this guy? Have you looked up anything to see his style? What do you plan on bringing to the ring since you've been out for a year now as well due to COVID?
Well, just my mindset, even something I had in the amateurs. You never want to overlook anybody. You want to give them their respect, and you always want to train like you're gonna fight like for a world title. So for me, I see the record. I see the style, but I'm still going to prepare myself as if I'm fighting like a Gamboa or something like that.
World-class elite fighter.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I'm looking at it. And then, my coach and I have been working on something special. So I don't want to give away, but we've been working on, weaknesses that I have, but things that I can get strong at. So we've been practicing that in the gym over and over. I'm looking forward to actually implementing that in a fight, because you can do it in practice, you can do it in the gym, but until you start to get that experience and then when it becomes muscle memory, and then you can apply it in an actual fight, then it's a part of you. I can box, but being aggressive and going for that finish, that's something I need to add.
You need to get a little more killer instinct, a little more pit bull in your blood.
Yes. That's what. All right. So okay, yeah. That's what my coaches and the guys in the gym tell me. I got it, but I just got to put it in a different way.
You got the bark. You got the bark, but your bite ain't strong. You won't bite.
All right. Okay. We can say that.
But for a lot of fans who've never seen you fight, you guys can go on YouTube and check Mike out. He's a very crafty, slick young dude in the ring. I mean, his ring savvy is off the charts. His boxing IQ is higher than he probably gives his own self credit for.
Thank you.
And I try to always tell him about that. Hey, you got it. Just roll with it. Let it flow, Mike. You're there. Tell the fans a little bit about your amateur background, because they don't understand the pedigree and the amateurs that you came from. Who the hell is Mike Stoute? Tell them what you accomplished as an amateur, Mike.
As an amateur, I had a very stellar career. I was a national champion. I was a 2-time New York Golden Glove champion. I had won the Sugar Ray Robinson Award for the most outstanding boxer for that tournament. And then I won a bunch of regional stuff, Long Island Championships, New York State twice. So, I did a mark. I left my mark in amateurs, which I'm very proud of. But as you know, the amateurs is a little bit different from the program, which, I had to figure out. Different atmosphere, different crowd. It's not so much skill, like the fans like the skill, but more for the pros. They're looking for more blood and guts. So still
knockouts. They want that hardcore fighter image.
So that's the transition that I'm looking to do in the time I have left in the sport of boxing.
And you can't always appease the fans, as you know. They're never going to be 100% satisfied or happy.
True. Yeah, it's also true.
If you knock a guy out, well, damn, he knocked him out too soon. He could have went a little longer. If you don't knock him out, he fought a nobody, but he couldn't knock him out, because that's where the terminology of boxing fans don't understand is, styles make fight. What the hell are they talking about? He couldn't even knock that dude out. Styles make fights. It doesn't matter how skilled the fighter is that you're fighting. If he's awkward, if he's a southpaw like yourself, there's a lot of variables that come with. True. That the fans don't understand. You're not always going to win by a knockout, but a W is a W is a W. Yeah. And they have to respect what you guys go through, what you put your bodies through, the sacrifices that are made from a fighter leading up to his fight, the diet, you're sleeping properly, everything. There's a lot of things that the fans just don't get. If they had to do it for like 1 week, if they made it that long, they would be done.
That's true. It is tough. I will say it takes its toll. You really got to have a commitment to it. And man, it's not as easy as people think, but it is what it is.
So we can expect what type of performance on February 5th? A boxer puncher, Michael Stoute, a slick ring savvy, moving, setting up everything with your jab type Michael Stoute. Anything special that you feel like you're gonna wow us with?
Okay, so the boxing is always gonna be there, but I'm looking to really step it up, be more aggressive, and if I could get a finish, get that finish.
I like that.
This is the second half of my career, and this is what I'm trying to implement and add.
See, I see you doing this.
Oh, okay, you got it.
I hear that bite that you try to put on somebody coming up here on the field.
I've been working on this technique in the gym. My coach has me, really sitting down on punches.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel my hands be hurting all the time. Like, damn,
sitting on your butt and delivering
legs,
more power, turning the torso, pivoting, and just sitting right on the butt. When fans don't understand, there's a pivot and the whole torso is turning to the body shots, head shots, everything. So that's good. I'm happy to hear that, Mike. So let's also, we want to send a shout out to my man at RDR Promotions, who had you there back in March, my man Rodney Rice. Thank him for looking out for us once again.
Yes, I appreciate it. The arena was great. Nice setting, good atmosphere. The people around were very helpful. So looking forward. And I'm excited about, I don't want to give anything away, But if what he's planning on doing
moving forward
comes to fruition, that's something I'd definitely be on board. It it makes things exciting.
Absolutely. You heard that, Rodney. So he's all in. He doubled down and he can't wait. So we're just gonna get the 5th behind us, and then we're ready to move forward with what's next with RDR promotions and hopefully, we can get things under control with the COVID, where we can actually have the fans to come in and appreciate not just you, but all the fighters on the card and see you up and coming prospects do your thing.
That's a good question. Do you know if they're gonna allow spectators, or is it gonna be streamed? Or
good question. I know Rodney has access to streaming. Don't know if this particular show is going to be streamed.
Okay.
I don't know if they're allowing a certain percentage of folks in the building. I want to say no, just because Philly has been on a strict lockdown.
Yeah.
And for them to be lifting it to a point where the commission and everybody is all on board for this show, I'm going to say there aren't going to be any spectators. That 2,300 arena is probably going to be somewhat in a bubble form model.
Okay.
For this show. So don't expect that. Streaming, that's a question I would ask. I'm going to ask him. That's probably still a better possibility than having people in chairs,
Mm-hmm. I think that's also it creates a new environment, which for me might be helpful. To say
streaming.
No, I just mean like having. If you notice, a lot of the fights have had no crowds in them.
Yes.
Then you don't have people influencing the noise. And then now it's just the judges, the coaches, and the fighters.
So you feel like there's a bigger focus there for you.
I think that would kind of help me.
Oh, so you fight better with less distraction opposed to a noisy crowd chanting and cheering their guy on. And if they don't know you, and then they turn and say, "Oh, let's go Stoute, let's go Stoute." Yeah. So you prefer that quietness, so you can gauge your voice, your coach's voice, and lock that in.
Well, not to say that, but I'm just saying it kind of just leaves all the other elements out, and it's just those two competitors. You know what I'm saying? So you could clearly see who's the winner and who's not the winner.
I
don't know. It made things interesting. I'm saying it does make things interesting. You really see who's the top guy and who's really okay.
So let's discuss some of these other fights that has happened. The biggest one being Teofimo called out Loma, and he delivered big time. Ryan Garcia called out Kuhan Luke, and not only did he deliver, but he knocked him out with a clean, superb body shot. What do you think about those two fights?
Okay, so I will be honest. I did not see the Ryan Garcia fight, but I did watch the Teofimo fight, and he looked very good. He was strong. He was in control. Lomo looked, I wouldn't say flat, but he was trying to figure him out, which he couldn't. I think the size factor did play a role in it. Teo was stronger, bigger, and you saw he had a hard time. You saw he was hesitant to just go in.
The respect.
Yeah,
he was giving Teo respect.
Yeah.
So do you think that a lot of people are saying now, shortly after that fight, Lomo pulled a same thing Pac-Man pulled on his fans after the Floyd fight, that he was fighting with an injured, pre-existing injury that he had prior surgery on it, and obviously that surgery didn't correct the problem, and he's laying in the hospital with the stitches and the patches, and he's asking for a rematch. Is he worthy of getting a rematch? Should Teofimo honor the rematch? Because Teofimo's telling him, hey, bye-bye, move on. You're not getting a rematch. You signed the contract no matter what type of physical condition you was in, and you did your thing, and I did mine, and I was victorious.
Listen, Teofimo can do whatever he wants because
he's in control right now.
He's in control, and you agreed to fight this guy on this date, knowing you had an injury or you won 100%. And at the end of the day, he still got paid. So absolutely. All that, it sounds to me like excuses. And then his team, obviously, they're always going to be behind him. So whatever they're saying, obviously, they're trying to make, nullify the win, so to speak. So I take all that into consideration.
Yeah, they're gonna create that hype until somebody say, "Okay, we'll give you a rematch."
Yeah. So it's all part of a game.
And another big payday.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So,
about the money. Yeah,
did you watch the Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz fight?
I did watch that fight. Yeah.
That beautiful left uppercut. Keep in mind, though, a win is a win, and I just said that you signed a contract. Leo Santa Cruz did sign that contract, even though he was 2 weight classes smaller as a bantamweight. Although I felt if he was a 130, 135, or legitimately, Tank would have had problems, because as long as he was a boxing Tank, Tank had problems with Leo, and Leo was definitely connecting very well with the 1-2, sticking him with the jab and moving until he decided to brawl and toe-to-toe with Tank. That was his biggest mistake.
Yeah.
And Tank did what he had to do. Take nothing from Tank. Tank struggled to make
him down.
Tank was 130 pounds because Floyd was in camp with him and made sure that he tipped that scale like he was supposed to.
I think Tank is a big man. Like,
yeah,
well, he was 130 for fight, but I think he walks around as something ridiculous. Like, I mean, I don't want to call any numbers, but I know he's a heavy man.
Probably over 150 or one damn near 150.
Something big like that. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if hey, what if Leo had lasted into the deeper waters? How would Tank have fared in 7th, 8th, 9th rounds with dropping that 130, cutting that weight like that, when we all know he struggles?
He struggles, but I still think he would have got to Cruz. Yeah. Like Leo, good boxing, but it's still nothing really flashy.
Yeah.
And you could see that just Tank putting that pressure on him was wearing him down. So,
okay.
I think he still would have got him. Like Tank, everyone loves his power, but he has some boxing skills. There are some slick boxing skills that Tank has.
Now, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia calls Tank out.
Yeah.
Now they want to fight, which we all know the handlers make that decision. The promoters say when you're going to fight and so on and so forth. You guys can say, just like Spence and Bud, they talking back and forth. Yeah, this on. We can do this.
Yeah.
It ain't up to y'all. It's up to Bob and it's up to Al Heyman.
Yeah, them other guys.
They come to an agreement, this fight will happen. Needless to say,
I would like to see that.
Is Ryan Garcia ready or not for Tank? Even though we know Eddie Hearn stated Ryan Garcia is Devin Haney's mandatory.
Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Okay, that would be a good match.
Or do you feel is Ryan calling out Tank too soon? I feel like all these young up-and-coming prospects, these future world champions, I love it. I love the cockiness. I love the ego. And I love how 2 of them have already done it and stepped up to the plate and won in big fashion.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Hey, like you said, it is exciting. I will be honest. I tune in, but those are not really like the guys I follow too much. I kind of like a little bit of the older generation. And when I say older, a little bit more mature with the boxing. Like I do like Canelo, like Andre, Charlos, those types of guys. Because to me, I'm a little bit older than them, so some of the stuff they do to me seems a little childish.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. What do you think?
And they're at that age.
Yeah, they're at that age. So it's like
acting their age, how they should be acting.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what you're doing. I know what you're talking about.
Right. So let's end on this note.
Yeah.
This one, we're just talking to you about other fights other than yourself and just get you relaxed. Joshua Fury, who you picking, and what must they need to do to win?
Okay, I am a Joshua fan.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Joshua, but he got to be careful because Fury can box, and that last performance he did with Wilder, that was because first time he outboxed him, but you saw he wanted to stay away. He was a little hesitant because Wilder has that power, but then that second fight he kept coming towards him with the pressure, with walking him down, and then him being that much bigger, and he started like cracking, landing them solid shots on him. You saw it take a toll.
He has amazing boxing skills to be so big.
Yeah, for his big size, he's very slick. So Joshua has to be careful in that Tyson has that slick boxing, not super slick, but he's slick where he has the boxing basics, he has the head movement, he has the angles, and he could cut Joshua. And Joshua's a little bit too stiff at times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. You know, I like Joshua as a person, what he puts out there, that positive energy. So I like him on that aspect. So I want him to win when it comes to those two.
All right, champ. Well, look here, man. I know you've been training and you're probably tired. You worked all day, and you know, I just want to thank you for giving me some time to shine. Absolutely, and don't you boxing fans out there sleep and don't miss out. We're gonna find out if this fight is gonna be streamed. RDR Promotions, February 5th, 2300 Arena in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, PA. My main man Michael Stoute, 3-2, 0 knockouts. Will be going for his 4th win. Versus Edgar Joe Cortez, 6-1, 0 knockouts. Should be a good fight. Rodney Rice putting us on again. Much respect to RDR. And just before you go, Mike, let the boxing fans know how can they follow you now, because a lot of them probably watching you and they're gonna be like, hey, he seems pretty cool. Let me go look at him on YouTube real quick. Oh yeah, how can they follow you on where your social medias at?
Most of my stuff I post on Instagram, and you can find me as Michael.Stoute. Very simple. And then I do have a YouTube page, also Michael Stoute. Just put in my name. Oh, Stoute.
Stoute. Okay. All right. That's what's up, brother. Hey, well, that's it for now, man. We'll see you on February 5th.
I just want to say, I want to thank all my supporters, people who've been rocking me for a long time. You know, I've had little ups and downs in my career, but you know, I'm trying to do the best I can, enjoy the journey, and just keep one day at a time, keep moving forward.
That's all you can do. And we're getting back on track on February 5th, and bigger and better things will be coming to Team Stoute moving forward. You know what I'm saying? That's it for now. It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media in the building. Yeah, this is the Brawler Sports Boxing Show. My associates, 3kingsboxing.com, Studio 9. For all my journalists and colleagues out there to do interviews, bloggers, vloggers, 101s, writers, they got a thing called Feed Spot, and they have the top 60 boxing media sources out there. Get with them guys. You guys can upload your content with them. They'll go ahead and put you on in that top 60 category, if you will. And this is something that keeps us abroad and let the fans know that we're out here doing COVID and keeping them abreast and in the know. Just want to touch base real quick before we go. Always practice social distancing. If you out, mask up, keep your hands clean, keep your homes disinfected, guys. Let's stay safe and let's stay alive.
Yeah, be safe.
It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media. This is the Brawler Sports Boxing Show. Till next time, let's go, champs. All right, Mike.
Brawlers, baby.